What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 18. We're starting today's episode off on the back of a big win away at Villa Park, 4-1 against Aston Villa as we move second place in the table, 2 points behind Manchester City as we approach the halfway point of Season 2. Obviously, right now it's an incredibly tight league table, really throughout the entire top 10, so I'm not really taking too much for granted at the moment and not really reading as much into this right now. Yes, it's been a fantastic start. Yes, there is still the dream of Champions League football again as a part next season, but we are definitely taking things slow and steady and game by game. And we start today's episode off by seeing Eddie Sims got a loan offer here from Bournemouth. Now, you might have noticed still some other loan offers, Galatasaray, Osasuna, I think Porto put in a bid as well, but I turned all those down, but I did accept the deal with Gary O'Neill for a short-term loan, so we'll go there in January and then come back at the end of the season. Like I said before, for me, it's got to be a realistic destination for me. And I'm not going to say that Ellis Sims might not end up playing abroad at some point in the future. I could definitely see it at some point, but I think the likelihood is that if he was going to leave on loan, he would probably drop down divisions, if not go back to Scotland. He had a brief loan spell at Hearts in Edinburgh in Scotland, and he also played for Sunderland on loan as well. Again, there's no reason why he wouldn't go abroad, but I think the likelihood is he would probably go to a lower league in English football or back up north to Scotland. Also, another bid for Gibson as well, and like I said, I don't think this guy's going to go. I've accepted about 8 deals for him now, all from MLS teams, but unfortunately, for some reason, he doesn't want to go stateside, so I think he's probably going to get released come this summer on a free transfer. So, first game of today's episode, big one here, taking on Chelsea, Graham Potter side at Goodison Park. Again, what a fantastic start to the season for the Toffees right now. 15 games in, second place in the table. But, if we are going to qualify for the Champions League, we've got to win these games. And to start the season off, we've already had a couple of scalps, and they've been fantastic ones at that as well. Obviously, we beat Manchester City here, an amazing comeback 2-1 victory. So, why couldn't we beat Chelsea as well, I was thinking. We beat Arsenal here, we beat Man City here. But, unfortunately, this is one of those games where I have to be honest, I was lucky to only lose it 1-0. Yeah, I got absolutely dominated all game long. A little bit of an unlucky goal. Great save by Pickford late on, and Mason Mount turns in the rebound. But really, I didn't play well in that game at all. I've always said this, and if you're a new viewer to the channel, then you'll find out very quickly. I present the highlights package very, very fairly. I will never, ever, ever show you that I've lost a game where it looks as though I've dominated but lost to a rebound goal. No. I'll tell you the full story. If I played poorly, you'll see me play poorly. I was poor in that game there. I was hanging on for a point, and sadly, I couldn't clinch it to death. Mason Mount with the rebound goal gives Chelsea the win. But to be fair, I wasn't too surprised about it. Yes, great run for us this season. Yes, already a couple of scouts this year at home to Man City and also Arsenal as well. But, really, we've been better away from home this year, despite that being the case. Goodison, we've done okay at home, but for the most part, when we've gone away, that's when we picked up most of our points this season. So for the following game, taking on Leicester at the King Power, I was thinking, yeah, I could see us bouncing back here. And what a fantastic start to the game as well in the first half. And I say fantastic start to the game. What a fantastic start to the season for this guy. 30 minutes in, and it's Dele Alli's 5th goal in the Premier League in 7 games. Yes, Dele Alli, the redemption arc from Dele Alli, and I cannot believe that this is happening right now. I played him up top in this game, as you would have seen. We've converted him to centre forward, and most of his games this year have been either up top, either as a false 9, or as a natural striker, or possibly on the right hand side. I actually haven't really played him as an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder in this season. But to me, Dele Alli's goal scoring prowess on full display in this game. And I think for me now, I know for sure, his best position is as far forward as I can get him. Yes, he's not got the pace, but he's 6'2", so he's got a bit of height. We've seen him score a couple of headers already this season, and he's clearly got a clinical finish on him. The first goal was just a very, very poor decision from Wout Faes. But even so, great composure to think it over Iverson. And the second goal, I mean, this dude right now is just on one. Yep, it is the Dele Alli rally as he rallies back from possible fading into obscurity to key member of this Everton team. He scored both goals in a 2-0 victory, and yeah, there's no doubt about it now. We talked about Dele Alli and said, what is his long-term future now in his mid to late 20s? Should we cash in? Should we let him walk on a free transfer? Well, I think when you look at these stats here, I know the answer. 9 goals in as many games, plus 3 assists as well. Yes, okay, to be fair, quite a few of those are coming to Carabao Cup, but even so, Dele Alli this year has been absolutely incredible. And I have to thank you guys for this as well, because, I've said it a few times now, you guys told me at the start of the save, you said, don't forget Dele Alli out on loan at Besiktas right now, and I was like, yeah, okay, alright guys, fair enough, okay, alright, I won't forget about him. And then he came back this year and I thought, okay, alright, you said, keep your eye on Dele Alli, don't forget about him and maybe give him a little chance. I thought, oh god, alright, fair enough then. Well, you guys are spot on, man, like, seriously. Honestly, man, I think I need to make you guys like my head of development for players out on loan or something, because I gotta say, in terms of a comeback, this is one of the best comebacks I think I've ever seen from a senior player that's been on the fringes. Dele Alli is just on fire, so after the game, OC Ellis Sims has agreed to go out on loan to Bournemouth for the rest of the season. When the January window opens, we are going to convert Dele Alli to striker now. With his goal-to-game ratio being a perfect 1-in-1, no doubt about it, he needs to be playing striker for the majority of the games whilst he's still here at Goodison Park. So, following game, as we approach the halfway point on the back of the win there against Leicester, coming back home to Goodison, taking on David Moyes' West Ham. And, like I said, we've been better away from home than we have been at Goodison this year. So, heading into the game, I still felt, if we're to have any chance of qualifying for the grand prize Champions League football at Goodison next year, we need to win this game. But we were 2-0 down in the first half. Lucas Paqueta's on fire this year for West Ham. He scored the opening goal, and then they went 2-0 up soon afterwards. I wasn't playing too badly. It was quite an even game, I must say. It was quite a balanced game. Could have really gone either way in this one. We were still down by 2 with 8 minutes to go. It was looking like the game was going to be surely West Ham's to win comfortably. But Amadou Onana did get us a goal back later on, 7.5 minutes to go. DCL, who's got just as many assists as goals this year, rolls through the Belgian, who gives us a glimmer of hope later on. And well, this year we have been the comeback kings. We've gained so many points from losing positions, including one of my best ever comeback wins ever, when we were 3-0 down against Leeds and ended up winning it 4-3. And in stoppage time, or I should say just before stoppage time, with 14 seconds on the clock when the ball crossed the line, Amadou Onana bags 2 goals in 6 minutes to get a brace and ensure we get a point as well. And I love it as well, both assists from DCL. This year, it's true, he started off red hot in terms of goals, slowed down a bit since then, but this guy's been getting a lot of assists for me as well. In fact, he's one of the top assist makers in the Premier League right now. I think he's just behind Nicolas Pepe at Arsenal. You'll see the full stats coming at the end of the episode anyway, but honestly, man, DCL this year, he started off red hot in terms of goals, but now it's all about his creativity, playing players in, and 2 assists there for Amadou Onana's 2 late goals. We came back from the brink to level it, and the game finished 2-2, and I'll definitely take that. It's crazy. The amount of points we have picked up from losing positions this year is unbelievable, honestly. That famous win against Leeds, the comeback victory against Manchester City, coming back to claim points against Norwich and their West Ham as well. We picked up a lot of points from random positions this year, and that is a sign of a resilient team, and I love to see it. So, following the draw there, you would have seen this. I thought, yeah, I think he's done enough. I said with Dele Alli, we'll give him a chance in the first half of the season, see how he's doing. If he's not really performing, then we'll let him go and let him walk on a free transfer. Otherwise, I'll give him an extra year or 2. I've got to be honest here, I was kind of disappointed I couldn't get him an extra 3 years. Dele Alli, yes, extends his contract. He got a slight wage increase up to 34 grand a week, but to be fair, in modern day football, for a club of Everton's stats, that's more than realistic and reasonable, if you will. So Ali is going to stay as he continues his incredible comeback and resurgence from the brink of obscurity. Ali is staying. And I've got to say, I've got to thank you guys for that, because I will be totally honest here, I was thinking about cashing in on Dele Alli as soon as he came back from Turkey. I was genuinely, like, when I started this save, I was like, I don't think Ali's going to make it. But, after seeing your feedback, after seeing your comments, I was like, okay, alright, I'll give him a chance. I've got to thank you guys for this, because without your comments, Dele Alli would not be having the season he's having, and I don't think we'd be having the season we're having either. He's been a key part of our campaign so far this year. So, following game, Carabao Cup quarter-final, taking on League One. They're mid-table in the game, but of course rock bottom in real life. Forest Green Rovers. Obviously got a soft spot for Forest Green Rovers, being a vegan myself. So, heading into the game, they've done really well to reach the quarter-finals of Carabao Cup, but let's be honest here, we were firm favourites in this game. So, I did have a couple of starters out there. Pickford, Conor Gallagher. I suppose you could say Dele Alli's been a starter for us this year, but for the most part, quite a changed lineup. But what a way to mark your contract extension. 10 goals in as many games for the comeback kid. Dele Alli makes it free with a wonderful, wonderful acrobatic effort in a 3-0 victory. And that is it. We are through to the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Obviously, third favourites heading into the game regardless, but yeah, very comfortable victory there against the League One sides who make it through alongside Leicester, Newcastle and Manchester United. And as you'll see, made it through to the semi-finals, second domestic cup semi-final in 2 years after reaching the FA Cup semis last year, now into the two-legged Carabao Cup semi-final tie. Everton will be taking on over 2 legs. Eddie Howe's Newcastle United. So it's Brendan Rodgers versus Erik ten Hag as Leicester face the Red Devils, who are our final opponents today. So we could possibly see a repeat of this year's Carabao Cup final in real life between Newcastle or Manchester United, or it could be a shock, us versus Leicester, because we'll both be the underdogs in those ties there. I would say that despite our season this year, Newcastle will be the favourites against us over 2 legs, but quite an even tie, that one it could well be there. Looking forward to it. And again, whilst we're probably slight underdogs, it's going to be a good tie. Looking forward to it. A chance to reach Wembley for the second time in the save after getting there in the FA Cup semis last year. Anyway, for the final game of today's episode, Erik ten Hag's Manchester United away at Old Trafford. Heading into this game, you know, I was saying we're better away from home than we have been at home this season. So, you know, despite the fact we're taking on a traditional top 16, we've again already had a couple of scouts this year against Arsenal and Manchester City. I was, you know, thinking we could possibly pull off a big win here away at Old Trafford. We fell behind early. Marcus Thuram with a goal. Gotta say, Pickford probably should have saved that one, but unfortunately got nothing on it. But we levelled soon afterwards. Callum Hudson-Odoi, what a debut season this guy's having. He had no goals in his first 3 or 4 games, I think it was, but since then he's been one of our top scorers. He's been absolutely fantastic. He levels it for us, makes it 1-1. We really flipped the script in this game as well. We played some great football, and I thought we got in front for the first time as well, just past half an hour mark. Amadou Onana thought he got his 3rd goal in 2 games, unfortunately disallowed for offside. We played some really good football though, great passing, cutting Manchester United open with some really incisive plays. We were still tied at 1-1. Pickford made a great save on the stroke of the hour mark as we were still level, and as the clock ticked over to the 90th minute, currently tied at 1-1, I was going to take a crucial point back home to Goodison with us, until Jude Bellingham said, hey, not on my watch. Yep, Jude Bellingham with the goal in stoppage time and the Red Devils win it at the Devon. To be fair, I've scored a lot of late goals this season. You know, the leveller against West Ham, you know, being one of those. I mean, I think I've had my fair share of late goals this season. It's only fair that one comes against me. But yeah, in stoppage time, Jude Bellingham gets on the end of a fantastic through ball. What a brilliant assist that was there. And the former Dortmund and Birmingham City midfielder makes it 2-1, and the Red Devils win it at death. Could have gone either way that game. Very, very even. Unfortunately, came down to who was more clinical, and in the end, it proved to be Manchester United. So at the halfway stage, as you can see, bit of a tough run of form for Everton, to be fair. 3 wins in 8 games for us now. Yep, slowed down a little bit. We now dropped down to 7th in the table. We were 2 points behind the league leaders Man City at the start of the episode. We're now 7 points behind. But at the halfway stage in 7th place, that would be enough for a Europa Conference League spot. And if you would have said to me at the start of the season, you'll finish in 7th, I would have said that's not beyond the realms of possibility. And I'll certainly take it. And I still certainly take it now. Yes, bit of a tough run of form, just 3 wins in our last 8 games. But even so, I said this year top 10, that's my target. 10th to 7th, maybe 6th at the absolute best. But really, I'd take 10th to 8th. If we'd have finished in 7th and finished in the Europa Conference League spot, I would certainly take that. But that will end this episode of the Realistic Criminal, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, please do drop a like. Most of you all have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode where the January transfer window will open very soon.